Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So I didn't put out a reading this morning, and I did have one recorded, but kind of like sat on it and thought about it a bit, and in it, it was a longer one, but I did kind of get like a little bit triggered. Even in the reading, I'm like, guys, I saw it in the cards, and so the message was in the cards. I know I meant to speak on it, but when I did it, it kind of triggered me. I just went on this huge rant about my experience with some spiritual people who like to try and control and manipulate you. Those who never learn their lessons, but always come back. So I went on this big venting rant, and I swore a lot in it. And like, I do swear in my videos. I swear. I like swearing, but it was a lot. And so I just thought, you know what, I don't want to put that out yet. Maybe one day I will, because yeah, Mercury retrograde and stupid people from the past. There's so many lessons to learn from that. But yeah, needless to say, I thought about it a bit. I'm a little bit on the fence. And so I'm going to do one more reading. I'm going to put it up tonight. I'm going to use the same deck of cards that I used previously in the reading. And if it comes out again, I'll definitely talk about it. But if not, I'm like, you know what, Spirit, bring that story out in a calmer way. I feel like we can still share it. I stand by what I said and how I said it. Like, that is me, but I just don't think that that's meant to be like a movie. I think that's more of like me learning to deal with my stuff. Maybe you can learn from me, but I'm not pretending that I'm this like master healed person. I go through my own life challenges and journey, and it's been a ride. I've been a lot of people, and I've changed a lot. And so, yeah. Let's just make another one. If it comes out, I'll keep calm. But I'm still going to say what I meant to say. So, it's so hot in here. Whew. Okay. First one to come out. No, none are out. What decks are we using? We've got the Sacred Traveler, and then we're going to use the Pulp Tarot. And like, you know what? It's so freaking hot in here. I'm just going to go open the window. So hold up. Okay. So I don't know if that's actually going to help, but it's a little bit better in here. Okay, let's shake up the cards and see what's going to come out. Totally blank slate, Spirit. Same cards, blank slate. New day, calmer mood. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you want to watch that one. I go on a total venting. That one. I'm hearing two. It's a mirror. And that one. Okay. So the first one to come out is Answering the Call. Hey, look at these two cards side by side. As I said, it's a mirror. We've got day and night. I didn't know that because this one was downwards. I did see that one. But yeah, sunshine and nighttime, day and night. Something to do with a mirror. And they want them to kind of be like laid on the thing, and I don't know, what's the story? Answer the call, because the time is now. And this one says, navigating by the stars. It says, follow your bliss. So there's an adventure coming. We're going on an adventure. Because like, look, she's just like opening up the door, and she's going to follow this path. There's something guiding her, something calling her. There's a bigger picture. And with the stag or the deer or the elk, I never know which one to call it properly. But to me, that's a reference that every single time I've gone through like a really big life change, when I mean like a dramatic life shakeup, a deer shows up right before the incident, right before the tower moment. And it's always in the weirdest place. It's usually within town or within the city, like on concrete. I usually find them in concrete areas, and it's like they notice me, and it's like all the rest of the air stops, or the energy, the buzz of the cackle and everything stops, and then that's when I know that, like, because you can see so many deer, right? There is a lot. But every time I see the one that seems to be like this one's like at its house. It seems to be in a place that's like out of the ordinary, and it's like this zoned in, clear, calm energy. And in that moment you feel like protected, but it's almost like a telepathic download when it's like things are going to change. At the time you don't know things are going to change, you just see this deer and you're like, oh wow, that's really cool. Like all these circumstances, so rare. And yeah. So I am noticing that some of the cards from my venting session are coming out. So what up with that? I'm gonna stay calm. I'm gonna try and read it as a different story, but I feel like some of the lesson. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So there's this mirror effect. There's something to do with answering the call, going on an adventure. We got the sunshine, we got the moon, we got the masculine, we got the feminine, the yin, the yang, the everything. Now that both the sides have kind of completed their side, they say, it's going to come together to complete the circle. Oh, interesting. Because I actually have the Wheel of Fortune, but it is in reverse. So what do we got? Current situation is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. What do you want to kind of share about that? You know what? Every time I kind of use this deck, this guy, this masculine energy always comes out. Anyways, that door's bugging me. I'm going to close it. Anyways, yeah. So like this like Dick Tracy type kind of mysterious energy always comes out, but it is in reverse this time. So normally it's in the upright. It seemed like in the past, like the feminine in this story was going off on their own adventure. They had a little bit more to do. It seemed like they were wrapping up way bigger karmic cycles, things like that. They were really stepping into their Empress energy, and they kind of were in, yeah. And that's why this one's like all in the sunshine, right? It was like wrapping up cycles. It seemed like all these things were unfolding for them. And they weren't really interested in the masculine, divine masculine part of this story. And now I see him, right? He was just sitting there waiting. He's like, I've kind of done the inner work. I've done whatever. And he just sat by his car and chilled. He's like, she'll be there when timing's right. And I feel like right now is that timing. But for some reason, it's now in reverse. Why is it in reverse? So the card, so this one is, okay, something happened in this time while this masculine was waiting. I'm thinking they found a third party situation in this story. They're like, yeah, everything's fine. They'll be here right away. So it's like, what are you doing that you're asked not to do? Well, it was the Hermit in reverse. And so I feel like this energy was supposed to just sit there and wait, right? Timing. They were supposed to just kind of check themselves, right? As it said, the feminine energy had done so much of their own soul growth and all that stuff. It seems like they had all their... Normally in a masculine partnership, the masculine prefers to be, every relationship is different, use discernment. But what I saw in this was like the masculine wanted to be the one that was like the safety and the provider and the money and all that kind of things. But the feminine was like, you know what, I've been burned in the past. I'm going to focus on this myself. And so they were kind of out there and they had their own spotlight and things like that. They were already providing for themselves. And so what they really needed was like this love connection, right? Two complete wholes coming together. That like, I have everything, like there's nothing within me that's depleted that I need you to fill. I'm already complete and you're already complete. So when these two come together, that's when, as I said, that circle completes. But from this, it seems like they got bored. I don't know. They were supposed to just sit there and, I don't know, do their shadow work. Just maintain their, I want to say maintain their integrity, but it just seems like they didn't, I don't know. It's like boredom set in, and they were like, well, this is taking too long. So they went into not hermit mode. They went back out. And so this is an underlying energy. Because over here we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this is what you are supposed to do. I'm hearing that this third party, because I do see this masculine not staying in hermit mode, not sitting and actually doing like the meditation and the healing and the soul work. They preferred outside parties. That's what Three of Cups is. It's all about friendships, coming together, things like that. But when I looked on here, there's a leech on them. And so it seems like these outside parties are leeches. And Four of Pentacles is like trying to hold on to money, and it's in reverse. So it seems like someone's out there kind of like spending a lot of money. Like money comes, money goes is kind of the mentality. And so I see these people being like, yeah, like so-and-so will get this for us. Ask so-and-so to do this. They've got money, and they've kind of been like this leeching energy. And so because they're this leeches, and it seems like this Knight of Pentacles who felt kind of stable. It's not quite the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles would have really had like a real solid foundation. This one seemed to just have like a lot of money. It's almost like someone at a young age have like a really big inheritance or like a really high paying job, but not really having the discipline to maintain and take care of that money. And so they go out and party, right? This is the celebration kind of with friends and stuff. So yeah. And so because of that, now the Wheel of Fortune is now in reverse. So in this mirror energy, it seems like the feminine's finally ready, and the masculine's like, shit, like I can't see. I'm in the dark. So that's the energy that's coming through. So the only one that kind of came through from the previous reading about my whole venting bag session was the Hermit. And in that one, it was a completely different spin on the Hermit card. So that one's not bleeding through. So this is its own unique story. It's not quite unique. We've been picking up on this energy for a while. And I switch out card decks all the time. I got hundreds to choose from. So I don't know, something to do with this energy just kind of keeps popping in. And let's pull more cards, because like what's going on now? Is it, why is the Wheel of, well, you know why the Wheel of Fortune's in reverse, but okay, what's the next layer to this story? Okay. First one to come out in reverse was Distant Thunder. And so here's this, like, the feminine, and she's looking over at the masculine and is like, oh shit, he's not dealing with the shadow work. He went back into karmic cycles when it comes to, I don't know, this could even be like lust or something. It just seems like somebody could steal his time and attention and everything that he had worked for. Like all he literally had to do was just sit there and learn to be happy within his own energy. And it seemed like on the outside, it was all that, right? Because they got the car, the money, the charisma, the everything. And then I do see other people kind of throwing themselves at him, and all he had to do was just not take the bait. And so on the inside, it's a different story. On the inside, there's not much together, because if you're divinely guided, like I could hear the guides being like, red flag, like don't do it. And they're just like, you only live once, like kind of energy. And so now they're really getting like zapped, and this is in reverse. She's sitting there. Then the next one to come out was miracles, also in reverse. It says expecting wondrous to emerge. So she's sitting over there, and it's like, okay, time to clear the air. Like, things should be good. Like, as in divine timing, now is the timing. And she looks over and she's like, what the hell? There's like chaos going on. And because they are a little bit of a mirror energy, she can pick up on it. But it's not for her. Remember, it said that both people had to deal with their own shit first, become completely whole within themselves, and then they meet together. So what I'm getting from this masculine energy is that on the outside, in the safety and survival of the world, they had money and things. But deep within, not feeling so secure. Or else you want to run to all these other women and, you know, created karmic cycles, I'm hearing, with them. It just was like innocent fun at the beginning, but if you had known that it was going to stop you from the miracles to come forward. And look at the two energies of these. Like, they are completely opposite. And so this guy had a choice, and he chose to go back into the cycle, I'm hearing. So he's getting rocked right now. And it's for, as it said, this one's like, this feminine dealt with themselves. And so now I feel like with this masculine, now that they're back in this karmic cycle with entertaining three of cup, third parties, they're not completely whole. They were looking for someone to fill something within them, and it didn't work. And so the air is not cleared. There's no miracles coming, but it's in reverse for the feminine energy. For the feminine energy, it looks like they did the soul work. So why should they be punished because someone has a lusty, wandering eye? It's not like that there's just one person for everyone. And so for her, I see by, like, especially by wintertime, like it said, right now is the time to answer the call. Right now is that divine timing. And, like, sucks for the masculine because they chose karmic cycle. But it's not for the feminine being like, well, they chose a poor choice. Like, what do? Do I just sit here and wait until they learn? And Spirit's like, no, like, we're not going to. You're going on your own. Right? And so there she is. By winter, I see it just like floating in. It should have been two people in there, but she looks just as happy and cozy and safe, and, you know, it's bringing it to like new things. Where are we at? 15 minutes plus the other video, which I don't know how long that was. We can pull more. So now she's going off on her own. Tell me the next layer of this story. So I was told that, like, as we pull three more, that this is going to be like past, present, future kind of energy. So in the past, we have Queen of Swords in reverse. So that is someone, who's very, like, quick and sharp. They can use their words cut. Their words are very mean. Normally, when you stand the Queen of Swords, that is the sword of truth. She's all about truth. But I feel like in this way, this is someone who would say, like, mean things, but sometimes truth hurts. And that's what I'm getting, is like maybe the delivery wasn't quite well on that. I'd like a little bit of clarification about this Queen of Swords. Like, whose energy is this Queen of Swords? I'll show you the three that we got first. We got Queen of Swords in reverse, then we got Queen of Cups with the Death in reverse. So who's who? What I'm getting before I get the clarification cards is that the masculine thought that this feminine was a bitch or something like that. So they went out to, but really this, okay, I keep getting that this feminine's in this healing cycle, and she was off doing her own things, had her own projects. She was just focusing on her own things. And because she wasn't focusing on him, right? Filling up his time and cup and attention. That's why there's these other three. They're like, oh, pay attention to us, and like throwing themselves at him. And they're like, well, I've been waiting for this person, but like they don't even have time for me. They're just being a fucking bitch, I hear. And so they went and entertained third parties. And so instead of choosing what I kind of get from this is like this here, I almost get like Bridget energy. And Bridget is all about like nurturing and caring and loving and like cooking and keeping you warm. It's like that very mothering empress energy, but in like the maiden kind of form. And so they're off in their thing. And it seems in the past, like something didn't work out, right? They were in their own karmic cycle, so they had to get through it. So they weren't paying attention to this Knight of Pentacles. And that's what I'm getting is like why they viewed them as the Queen of Swords in reverse. Because in fact, when you look at the present moment, present energy, they're actually in the Queen of Cups. And like I said, Bridget energy. She's all about like making people feel comfort and warmed and welcome. It's like if you're a guest and you come to the house, they pull you up to like the best seat right by the fire. Look, here she is sitting in a chair by the wood, firewood. And they offer you a drink and food and like just bring you safety. And so there's a misconception on this. So for this guy, it says like they didn't work on themselves. They didn't do their own soul work. They were just like, well, I got money and I can go do whatever I want. And like what I see is like money in the past could buy things to impress these ladies. And so he's like, yeah, this one's not paying attention to me. I went out there and I like kind of threw a little bit of energy, but they were so focused on their soul growth because that was their soul passion or what spirit was guiding them through. So I feel bad for them because it seems like they really turned a blind eye to this very loving, nurturing energy. I don't feel like they knew how to welcome that energy anyways, but that was for them to do that soul growth, to go into hermit mode and actually kind of heal. I'm hearing it happen from like childhood and things like that. So yeah, Queen of Swords in reverse, just the ones I pulled. We have Rainbow Blessings with traveling lightly and discovering truth, right? Sword of Truth. So it says blessings are showering your life and simplify your life. It's exactly what I just said. It's like they saw this Empress, Bridget energy, and they're like, wow, that's like, look at all the blessings that person kind of has. And they kind of like a little bit put effort in, but what I'm even getting is like they didn't even put in that much effort. And it was like the time that they like put the ball in their court, they were so busy with other things that like it just wasn't a priority on them. So they're like, all right, I'm walking away, traveling lightly. And then they're like, I don't got time, this person's a bitch, blah, 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 blah. And then in the end, discovering the truth of the situation is that you kind of got yourself wrapped up in some chicken heads, and all they do is leech money and stop your blessings. That you were rich before and things bought you friendship, it bought you attention on the outside. It never got that divine feminine Bridget energy. Because yeah, she's just sitting at home, chilling. She's just sitting there and she's like, I know that all I have to do is just focus on my energy, focus on my emotions, focus on healing, and then that call will happen. And when that call happens, I'll be in the flow, with or without this Knight of Pentacles energy. Because they're just in a knight, they're not even in king. This person's showing up as a freaking queen, and this one's like young, immature energy. But you know what's funny? When it comes to the Knight of Pentacles, here he is being so annoyed with this divine feminine taking her time to do the soul growth. But the Knight of Pentacles literally is the slowest card. Like, Is it the Knight of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles? Anyways, Pentacles is slow energy. And so it's just kind of funny for them to like expect that instant like pay attention to me type energy. And so yeah, here they are, trapped with blessings. Because now, okay, I want to know what's going on with this third party. Well, it's wrecked their finances. And their fortune going ahead. They had all these like really cool adventure coming up ahead that was like soul growth and soul purpose, and now that's been blocked. Blessings have been blocked, and I'm hearing, because we got Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and to clarify, that is the slow death, like the death in reverse. They're stuck in that same karmic cycle, and they're gonna spin around that block, right? The Knight of Pentacles sitting by his car. That's what I see. You know, like in high school, you can't really go anywhere. You can't really like go to the bars or whatnot. So you just kind of like drive around town. That's what I see. It's like, well, we're not really getting the life lessons. We don't get to go to the next stage. We don't get to go to the older, bigger kid playground. We're just stuck in our old karmic cycles. Let's look a little bit at these third parties. How many is here? Shut the front door. All right. So I don't even know what reading it was that I kind of came out of. But this was the main card of it. It was like the Star or the Empress that came out with the Nine of Cups. And it was like this person was this Empress energy answering the call. It's like they had all these things that they were working on, to the point that it's almost like things were going to work out with or without their effort, you know? It's like they were building that energy, and like, so for this guy to kind of like come knocking at the door, I'm like, hey. And she's like, sorry, like, hold on, like, I gotta finish whatever this energetic manifestation that I've been creating. And so at the end of the day, it was like they were just going to sit back, relax, and the energy was going to be able to maintain through the rest of the lifetime, I heard. So that came out in reverse, because that's no longer an option. That's not on the table. They don't get to be a part of that. So I said, once they went for these third parties, like what's the sitch? And so the Six of Pentacles came in the upright. These are just leeches. They're just taking. They're taking of your money, your spiritual abundance, your everything. And that's the thing, is like money, your time and money are kind of together. I feel like this person got a lump sum or always had money, and I always thought that they could just throw money at people and that would buy them friends, right? I feel like this person's very popular. But not really, right? I feel like they have a lot of acquaintances who only kind of like invite them around because they're a piggy bank. And so the next one to come out was the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups came out in reverse together. So Six of Cups is all about like this, there's a little boy and there's a little girl on it. And it's like childhood memories. And they're like sharing gifts. It's like that innocence of... Yeah, they denied themselves so many memories and so many blessings and gifts and things to cherish going forward. This masculine would have received way more, but instead they got themselves, right? It was either Six of Pentacles or Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups was like love, emotion, and support, which I don't feel like they really ever had. They always had the money and the fake ass friends, and they still got these fake ass friends. But it seems like they're only in the picture for the money. And the sad thing that I keep seeing is them being like, well, I've got so much money, it doesn't matter. And again, time and money is kind of intertwined. But what these friends really do is they tap into this Knight of Pentacles and they drain his energy. That's what I'm seeing. That's what's really going. It's that hope and that dream and that everything. And they're just kind of stuck in a very immature energy. They didn't boss up to king mode because they're still playing little boy games in this story. And that's sad. And then they lost out on this moment. And it's so funny because they knew it, they saw it, and all they had to do was wait. And they couldn't do it. And so let's tap back into, I don't feel like anything substantial with this Three of Cups third party situation. All it is money and a drain. Now, let's focus on the I want to say Empress, but Bridget energy. In this, because no Empress really came out yet, just Queens. But their blessing is just starting. So, I don't know, I feel like this Empress has already heard the call. The call has already started. So the divine timing, I want to say is right now, but I feel like it was like shifted just a little bit in the past. It's happening at this moment. So we got transformation with a phoenix on it. It says a fresh new way of living emerges. Yeah, you've already gone through this transformation, whoever this Bridget energy is. You already had that deer kind of come to you in that weird moment. I don't know what your familiar is, right? But to me, that's what I see. And let me see here. So we got that transformation with rejuvenating rain, which is clear the past and heal the present. Which I find very, very interesting because I do have my crystal here. And this is I still have it on it, Timeline to the Past crystal. I've been kind of like working on this. So this one says, a fresh new way of living emerges, right? There's this phoenix rising moment, already went through it. And now the rejuvenating rain, which is clearing the past. So what I get from that, okay, there's two more. And then we have infinite abundance in reverse, with abundance is pouring into your life. And then we have ascending the mountain with keep going forward. So at this moment, I feel like this partnership was supposed to happen. By then, the knight, I think he still would have been a knight when he met the queen. But it's almost like by them coming together, he would have went into king mode. And I feel like a little bit of insecurity happened because he's like, I'm not quite that king yet. And that's why he's just like, whoever kind of gave him energy made him feel more important. I feel like there's very deep regret for even entertaining that. And Spirit says that is confirmed already. And so, yeah, something to do with like life not working for them now, draining resources. And so these two partners were supposed to meet right now at this time. And that's when it was supposed to unfold. And that's why it's saying like rejuvenating is to clear the past. This Empress, I'm getting a little bit of confusion for them, only because at this moment they were supposed to kind of meet, but this like meet cue is not happening because Spirit has separated them. And so she's just kind of like in this like, I swear I just heard the call, I just had this transformation, this something, and like, what am I supposed to do? I felt like I knew at this moment how I would feel when this happens, but in the plans, in the contract or whatever, it was that one way. But now that it's actually happened, it's just like, well, damn. It's almost like preparing for an emergency or just always having a backup plan. So right now, for this feminine energy, it should have been this infinite abundance as well. She's still going to get her abundance because she's the one who sat and did all the work. It's just not going to be with this Six of Cups partnership anymore. Instead, there's a little bit more work to do, and it says keep going forward. So now you're going to go on this mountain that maybe you should have been with this Knight of Pentacles, but this Knight of Pentacles just isn't up for the task. They are not prepared. They did not pack their suitcase. They didn't even unpack their last suitcases. They're still dealing with baggage. from the past. And that's not for you to do, because that will stop your blessings. That's the only thing that will stop your blessings is, I don't even feel like Spirit's going to allow this person even really near you until they do the work. And so you keep going forward. Give me one more card about the journey for this Empress going forward. I see two, actually. Oh, it went back in. We got Wandering Path. And on it, there's the coyote, which is a little bit trickster energy, but it says, enjoy the journey. And what a trick, right? You thought that when this happened that you were supposed to be a team, but guess what? In life, we have free will to do whatever we want. So I think it's just like learning to have more fun. It's like you, again, the whole purpose before this, because honestly, Spirit, I'm hearing, didn't even know that this, even if they were going to step up, they didn't even think they were capable of ending that past, because they really put a lot of emphasis into their power of money and not really the soul work within. And so that's why it said two people have to go off, both of them do the soul work and be two whole people. Well, because this person didn't step up and work on their baggage and such, this one's already whole. So you go off on the path, you still have whatever that other person would have kind of contributed. You still have a little skills and things like that. You're going to be guided to the right place at the right time. It's just going to be different. It could be a little bit trickier, but the whole thing is that you have this great mind that is able to navigate things. You're able to like go with the flow, right? Here it's winter, right? We didn't think that it was supposed to snow, but instead you found this deer and you called up. You said, hey, you know Rudolph? Let's go flying. And that's when all the gifts come, right? Gifts, abundance, Santa, Christmas, all this. With this rain, I feel like the rain is sadness and emotion and like clearing the past. But the snow is when you're really going to thrive, because I can't find it because I put so many layers of cards down. But there was that Queen of Swords energy when the Knight of Pentacles was kind of right here, calling the Empress energy a bitch, because they didn't really give them that time and attention, because they were so focused on what Spirit was guiding them to be focused on. And so when I think of Queen of Swords energy, it is air energy, but it's cold. So look, you got snow. You've learned to bring warmth and comfort. That's what I'm getting. It's like you never were that, but you were truthful. You're like, hey, I don't really have time for you. Like, I'm kind of busy. And then they were just like, oh, I'm going to go entertain other people then. I'm like, okay, have fun. But like, yeah, we got like hot cocoa, all that stuff. And so because there's that warmth and that love, you put that behind that. Well, you can last in winter all you want. So nothing can trick you. Nothing can really stop you. Enjoy the journey. And so let's focus back on this masculine. I feel like the feminine's just going to go give some insights to this masculine on, I don't know, what do they have to look forward to, or what do they need to work through, or I don't even know the right question to ask. Like, I don't know. Just tell me the next layer. There we go. Tell me what I need to know. That's the question about this masculine. Well, we got the Star card in the upright, followed by the Emperor. Woo! With the Page of Wands in reverse. And then I'm hearing two more. What I'm hearing, we got the Lovers. Wow, this is going to be a major karmic cycle for this. Because they missed the boat, like I'm hearing, as I was laying these out, I kept hearing, followed by the Four of Wands. Ooh, I want clarification on that. Hold on. Mm. Yeah. Okay, I got enough. Okay, so it started off with the star. We already know that this one is already a star. That's the kind of energy that he got. It seems like they're very charismatic and that a lot of these people like them, right? They seem to be very popular. And so, yeah, they are a star. But by getting all this attention, it kind of boosts their ego and things like that. And they stayed as this Knight of Pentacles in reverse rather than like bossing up, right? The one talked about how the one was a queen and this is just a knight. And like by them coming together, it would have just kind of a little bit more maturity, a little bit more growth. It would have been awesome, I'm hearing. But I see the Empress moving on, right? Right now's the call. And that masculine is not ready. And so it's saying like, don't wait for someone like this because they're tied up in karmic patterns. And let's say you sit and wait, you're just denying yourself love going forward. So it's like, enjoy life, enjoy the journey, right? The wandering path, enjoy the journey, go with the flow. This is a time of blessings for the Empress. And so because of that, I see them being like, oh, like, how the hell did I miss up on that? Like, I'm supposed to be on that boat. I'm supposed to be on that bus. I'm supposed, like, whatever moving thing is, this flying magic carpet ride, I'm supposed to be there. And then they weren't. And so because of that, this cycle with these karmic people, they're missing out on it. So I see them really being like, I'm supposed to be in this emperor. I'm supposed to be on that. That's my person. But instead, as lovers, I chose karmic patterns. And so when I looked at the Four of Wands, this is the one that kind of confused me and I needed more on, but I heard moron. And this person's calling themselves a moron, I'm hearing, because with the Four of Wands, this is usually a stable, right? The Four Wands creates like four walls, like structure, stability. But when I look at it, there's so many women on here that it's like, that's what I got confused. Because I saw them being like, damn, I really missed out on that. And starting to like look at who they have and being like, oh, these aren't the kind of people I want, right? Page of Wands in reverse. Like I realized I was just kind of like going for fiery lust and things like that. I feel very drained and depleted. All they want is my money or time, resources. They want me to stay, I don't know. I just see more of the outside mattering to these people. Things and the outside of you, not what's within you. And they definitely don't see you as an emperor. But within this, I see this person being like, well, I lost them. They're gone. And so entertaining it a little bit longer. And that's why there's so many people within this person's stability. That's how many people's energy that they kind of got in their energy. And so they got to clear that out, right? With that rejuvenating rain, it says clear the past to heal the present moment. And so I think there's a moment that this person's going to wake up, look over and be like, oh, that's sad to hear. Who the hell are you? Which one are you? And that's kind of sad. And what I want to tell these women is like, you deserve more too. But I guess they're the type of people that like care about money over people, over people's genuine, authentic hearts. And so that's what I see. One day just like looking over and being like, I don't even love this person who's in the bed next to me. Like it made me feel good about myself because, you know, I won their attention or I don't even know what games this Knight of Pentacles is playing. But looking over and being like, but you're not the Bridget energy. You're not that welcoming, homing, loving person. And this masculine, they lack that love to them. I feel like, again, they're very popular, very charismatic, and like get a lot of attention. But I don't think they're being loved. I don't think they get a lot of love. And so with that, there's a Five of Swords moment, right? There's this sadness. There's this mental something. And it's like I've got this rotation. I've been around so many people, but I'm not happy. Why am I not happy? And then they're finally realizing, oh, it's all these people. It's all these like draining of finances, and like realizing if I had just grown up, if I had just matured a little bit, I could have been on that journey. And so from that realization in that moment, I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles finally step up into the King energy. And with that King energy, the next card to come out is the Empress. So, with or without this Bridget nurturing energy, if you're on their path or journey, this masculine's going to learn a story about it anyways. They're going to work through this karmic whatever. They were supposed to be a partnership to go off and get lots of blessings. And like, I don't know, I just see these like two being like a badass spiritual couple, right? They're both whole. They should have been both whole, and they kind of have like a mix or a flavor that would have touched the lives of many people, right? The ripple effect. It's still going to touch lots of people's lives, right? Look how many freaking women are in this card. And right? And so with them going into that karmic cycle, right? Each person they meet, they're all intertwined now. Each person is now a ripple, right? You influence that person influences, right? It's tied up still in that. Should have been like a divine partnership ripple, but I'm seeing two separate. I'm seeing one kind of in the lusty body way, and then the other one, the feminine, go on this wandering path, and everyone they meet. So for them, I see them traveling lots. I see like going to lots of different places and like meeting people. And maybe these interactions are brief, but I feel like they're profound. It's just like, well, the Empress energy. This person comes along, just comes up on their little stroll after wandering around, and they just have all this love, and they're like, it's so nice to meet you. And then they'll say the perfect thing of something to help someone who else is struggling or something, and inspire them to create change in their life for the better. And so I see two ripples going. Are these two coming back together is my question, because we got the Empress now next to the King. He should have been a king already, but he's not a king. What up with that? Let's pull 2 and then 1. Because again, don't wait for this. Don't wait for this masculine to the Empress. By you leaving and going and being happy, that's what's going, by cutting them off and being like, you think I deserve less than? That's what sets the healing phase for them. I asked for 2 and then 2 came out in this. Yeah, so I got crossing bridges, and I saw that as like from light to dark. Karmic, we'll say, is dark in this. Karmic to healed. Healed to karmic. You gotta cross that bridge, right? You gotta complete that cycle. And then we got solitude with wondrous. This masculine energy needs to stop entertaining all these other energies, because they give them this false sense of ego boost that like, everybody wants me, I'm so loved. But that's not love. And so once they go into solitude, that's when they can like, I feel a lot of sadness coming from them, because it's like, look at the quality of people that you have around you. That's sad, I'm hearing. But it's like, you give and you give and you give to these people, and they just take from you, and you're not getting anything back in return other than a body. Because I don't see any heart. I don't see any heart. And intellectually, I don't see much of that either. Like no in-depth conversations. It's more like, it's surface. And my eyes are watering just like that body. I don't know. And I think there's a realization of realizing that all you've settled for is a body. And so from that, going within this solitude, being like, what do I want? How do I end this? How do I realize that at the end of the day, everyone just uses me for my money, and I'm a very lonely person. Letting those rejuvenating rains clear the past and heal. And then from there, finally being in solitude, stop having so many people in your 4 bedposts. That's when I feel like this wondrous excitement of everything kind of comes again. And then I wanted 2, and then I wanted 1 of this. Okay, so before I look, what I really want to know is like this wondrous, are they coming back together, or is this a new Empress? It's 8 of Wands. I don't know if it's the one who goes off on their own, that Ice Queen, the one that you kept calling a bitch. They're kind of off on their own, doing their own thing. But I do see once you finally stop entertaining just lusty, money-hungry leeches, you are finally going to step up into your King of Pentacles energy. You're going to realize that money and all those things just aren't enough. And so you're finally going to learn the other lessons. To go from knight to king finally. And then with that, once you finally have that, that's when I feel like the Empress energy is going to come in. And so 8 of Wands is all about quick movement. They're all coming like, they're going to go there. And then over here, there's a lady waving. They're like sitting there waiting for you. Like, hey, how you doing? And I'm hearing it's not until you go into solitude. And I think solitude will last a little bit longer than you would like because it's a little bit uncomfortable. It's once you finally find that comfort in solitude, that's when I feel like you'll tap into the energy source again, the magic of divine. Divine was telling you, these are red flags. You always had this weird something when it came to this, right? You were just sitting at your car waiting. All you had to do was sit there and wait. And then these people came and you're like, no, I gotta sit. I can't leave. Spirit told me I just have to wait this out. And they came and you're like, I know this is wrong. And that's where you kind of lost the connection to source-ish. It's always there. But it's like, because you just didn't listen to your own intuition, right? You let impulse rather than intelligence and track record and all these other things. Everything within you said, don't go there. But you did. And so that's why I feel like once you kind of go back into that solitude again is where it kind of comes again. So start listening to your guides. You've got this thing and it's like, you know what you're meant to do, but for some reason, getting wrapped up in the moment outside of yourself and other people's energy. And when I feel into this energy, their energy doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you feel good at the end of the day. So, I don't know, I guess that's everyone's choice. Is it the same Empress at the end when you finally king up? I don't know. But I know that by not waiting, by entertaining third parties, now that time is at this moment, that this was the moment you were waiting for, you missed the bus. And because you missed the bus, I feel like you were now trapped in a very karmic cycle. Harder than if you just had to sit and wait before. Because now you got to clear those people's energy out of you again. But by doing so, it really made you be like, what kind of star am I? What kind of attention do I want to bring? Well, I want to be more seen as the emperor and not just a D-boy type energy that I could take advantage of and get their money. And then from that really leveling you up, learning to tap into the Lover's card and who's in your energy, and realizing you're sad about that. And because of that, you finally step into the king energy, and the king is the one who gets the empress. And it's going to happen so fast. Once you get into that king, I don't even feel like you're going to be in that king energy long. It's just like you're going to go around the corner one day because you're off on your own adventure, right? Two separate adventures. I don't know who this empress is, if it's the same one. If the queen had turned into the empress by then, it always seemed like they were like one ahead, right? So rather than you being your, like, while they're in the queen, you seem to be in the knight. When you're in the king, they seem to be in the empress. Always just like one kind of above. So it could be that one. But for that person, do not wait. Neither of them wait for each other. do your soul growth and lessons and go where you're guided when you're guided. And from that, I see either the Empress coming back or a new Empress. But because you're on your own journey, you're going to come around the corner and it will be right there. It will happen so quick. And then there's a whole new reading to unfold from there. So we got all players kind of covered in this. So I think we'll leave it there. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.